What's up, YouTube family? Thank you for tuning in. Again, my name is Camille Nicole, and I am here to talk about our emotional and mental healing. I am so glad that you are here to join me. In my last video, I talked about finding who you are, what it took for you to get there, and where you're going. And so in today's video, I want to talk to you about how to get to where you're going and just kind of break down some steps. And so if you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my next video. I am super excited to be here filming for you guys and giving you this advice and suggestions. So I want to start with, how do you figure out where you're going? And one, we can't figure that out until we figure out who we are today and what all the events in our lives took place to get us to where we are, and that's how we know where we're going. So we want to start by writing down the major events that took place in our lives. Okay, that is super important so that we dissect why we think the way we think. We do want to look at how we were raised, what city or state we were raised, what place, environment that we grew up, because that makes a difference about how we think now, and why we think that way. So for instance, I myself have been trying to figure out ways to better educate myself financially. And I really had to ask myself, why am I so insecure in this area? And where do I want to be to get there? So I dissected of that piece of my life where I am today, right? I was insecure in the finance area. Okay, well, what things took place in my life to get me this way? And so I had to, when I looked at it, and when you look back, you don't want to blame others for it. You just want to look back and think, what events took place, right? Because it's really no one's fault. People just do what they know to do. And so in my life, it was not a lot of finance talk. There wasn't a lot of educational credit or what to do. And these are the better jobs to get. It was just kind of like, yeah, go do you, boo. Go get a job, figure it out. Okay, it wasn't go to college and get this great job. I never really even had a lot of those thoughts. I was always follow your passion, follow your dream. So I knew I wanted to be a hairstylist and I wanted to be a model. And I actually never really made it to being a model, but I did go to hair school and I just didn't know how to do the business piece of it. So I worked, but I didn't work smart. I worked very hard. And it was very, I worked a lot, so I was not able to make community, right? So that's how I ended up becoming really insecure financially. I was a great worker, I was a hard worker, but at the end of the day, I didn't know how to operate my finances or where to even look. And so where I want to go, I want to make sure that for my future now, I am setting things up for myself, for retirement, for if, way down the line, I'm taken care of in my older age. And then I want to also look out for my children, make sure they have what they need. I want them to not have college debt like I did. I want to make sure that they don't have to take care of me in my older age. So these are things that I want to get to now, and I want to work on that. So that is what I want you all to do, or I suggest, that when you're looking into where you want to be, go ahead and say, where am I today? Am I insecure in my finances? Am I insecure in my looks, with my hair, with the way I think or talk, or could I be a better spouse or a better mom? Break it down that way, because when you say like, oh, I am such and such and I'm a nurse, or that's just surface level. It's not fluff, but it's surface level information, right? Excuse me. You know who you are, that you what your field of work is, but let's pinpoint how you think and feel about certain areas of your life. So you can set it up in categories of, how are you with your relationship? How are you with parenting? How are you as a daughter or friend? Or a son? How are you in finance area, in your confidence level, in your self-esteem, anything like that? And then go and write down, if you are confident in your will in being a spouse or in your relationship and things are good, then hey, what future goals can you put, right? And what made you good? What is keeping your relationship great? Is it the date nights? Is it compliments? Is it always being in contact and having fun together? That is a major point in keeping a relationship good. And then when you look at being a mom or a dad, What things are helping you be that good parent? Is it that you communicate with your children well? You allow them the freedom to be themselves and to be independent. You are very much involved in their life. You like to play around with them. And if you're not doing those things and you feel like the relationship could be better, let's write down some things why it might be that way. If your mom or dad was not there for you, then you may not know all the skills to be there for your children that will bring a closer bond. And these are things that you could write down to then work on. You can say something like, where I am today is I'm a mediocre parent, because you feel like you could be better. What led me to be there could be I work long hours. I don't have enough time with my children. I don't understand them. My parents weren't there for me, so I guess I'm probably just doing what I know, right? Then what are some goals to get there? So let's say you don't understand your children. What things could you Google to say, how can I do this myself? I actually Google what are some things to help get close to my teen, right? Activities to open up conversation, activities to open up conversation with my teenager, games to play with my elementary kid, right? Things like that help me become closer. Conversation starters for second graders, right? Those are some good activities to put down for the future. What future trips can you plan with them? Maybe you could take some time off from work, go ahead and save the money. Be really strict about your spending habits so that you can get to that saving money point and be able to take those trips. And these are just some examples that I wanted to give you all, as when I was asking myself those questions, I wasn't quite sure where to go to even get there, or who to ask, or what to do. So I'll give you one more example. Let's say you're having confidence issues, and that is where you are. Where am I at right now? Who am I? I am having issues with loving myself, right? Okay, now let's examine, how did you get there? Was it through broken relationships in the past? Was it because someone in the third grade said that you were ugly and they hated your skin color? Was it because your hair was always the different type of hair and no one understood how to do it, and you always felt like your hair was never done and you got laughed at a couple of times, right? It could be deep-rooted childhood hurts that is causing you this pain, so that you're not feeling confident about yourself. So if this is the case and this is where you come from, how can you go further out to say, in my future, I'm going to become more confident in myself? And that could be now writing out all the things you do love about yourself, putting those things, pasting them on your mirror to say, I love myself because I am smart. I love the way my eyes look. My stomach is beautiful. A lot of women don't like their stomach. That's why it came to my mind. But if we start complimenting our bodies more, we don't need someone else to do it, but if we compliment our bodies more, then we could become more successful in loving ourselves and attracting people that love us. What else? If we can say, I am enough, write it down, put sticky notes in your book, in your car, all over, right? And then start loving on yourself. Give yourself date nights where, I'm going to pamper me night. It's a movie night with myself. It's a dinner night. Do things that make you feel good, right? So these are just some suggestions, like I said, to figure out where you're going, how to get there. These are just some things that I know worked for me, and I still work on this. This is just a progress thing. I don't think you ever really get to the I love me, because as we grow, we mature, there are things that happen almost daily in our lives that can interfere with our pattern of growth. So we're constantly on this journey of self-love, of self-growth, of making ourselves a better person. So no matter where you are today, just know that the more work you put into yourself, the further you're going to get with loving yourself, with knowing where you are, to being a better parent, to being a better spouse. And always pray to Jehovah God to get those that confidence that you need. Allow His Holy Spirit to be upon you so that you can love yourself just as He loves you. He created you for purpose, and that you do have a reason to be here. So I hope that you all have a wonderful afternoon, day, night, whatever time of day you're watching this. Thank you so much again for watching. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.